Here we have the advanced 3-in-1 survival straw. What's nice with this one compared to something like a Soya Mini or a Life straw is you've actually got a carbon filter inside, so it will remove some taste as well and not just the physical barrier. The unit itself is fairly simple. You've basically got your filtration area. You've got a point to suck on here for out, and for in, you've got different adapters to attach to different things. I'm not 100% sure what the larger thread one is for, but the smaller thread one, it's sealed at the moment, but the smaller thread one just fits a normal bottle thread, which gives you an easy thing to squeeze water through if you have a bottle with you. And then if we open it up inside, and then here we've got a little coarse filter ahead of it, ahead of the rest of the filtration. It's got a lanyard here, and on this side we can see the actual ultrafiltration membranes end. Let's see if we take the cartridge out. Here we can see the actual hollow fiber membrane from the ultrafilter, which is in here. It's a nice large size. I would say probably about double the size of what you would get in a Soya Mini, which is good to know. There we go. So there's a little pouch filter with the carbon in. As you can see, it's a fairly small amount. These type of filters, and that goes for the American ones like the Soya, for these ones, or pretty much any of the other things, their amount of water that you can use rating is never particularly realistic. Like this one is rated for 20,000 liters, which is on a very optimistic side. What I would normally recommend for a hike or something like that is to carry a filter and a whole spare unit, as any of these ones which uses ultrafiltration as a physical barrier, what ends up happening is if the water is very clean, the actual hollow fibers don't get clogged much, but as soon as you have a bit more of a dirty water to it, then you've got a problem, because then what happens is it clogs on here, and there's no easy way really to clean it out. The idea is that you backwash the unit, that you basically take clean water and you literally blow the clean water back through the membrane. In practice, what I found is if you've got something like a tap or something of pressure, and you can actually get to the membrane like you can in this unit, and you spray the water across it, you can recover a bit of the capacity. But a realistic capacity for something like this, if you're really using like a river water, is probably more in the region of 200 to 500 liters. And if you keep sucking water through it until it clogs completely, then you almost never get that capacity back. So you want to start using it, and as soon as you start noticing that it's becoming harder to suck water through, then you would want to try and backwash some water through the system to clean it up. Ideally, what you would want is to do something that is pressurized for it. Let's actually check on this one. Can you? You can reverse it. So you can swap the caps around and actually use a bottle to force water back through for a backwash, which is what I would recommend in a situation like that. Let me just put it back the right way around again. So the caps are interchangeable, so you will get the option to actually use a pressurized backwash. Then you should be able to recover a good bit of the capacity. Remember, try to backwash with a fairly clean water. So ideally, you'd want to almost take the last little bit of water that you filtered and use that as a backwash through the filter to try and keep the membrane in good condition. Since the ends are interchangeable, if you actually have two of them to have a spare filter, you can actually create a setup where you use one bottle to filter through into another bottle to have a filtered bottle of water. Something else to keep in mind with these is, since you really want to be treating a clear water, so either from a clear stream which you've taken below the surface, or just a visibly clean looking water, If you're not in that situation, you're either going to clog up the membrane really, really quickly, like say in 20 liters or so, and you're going to be constantly sitting with a liter or two and having to backwash it. So taking something like the P&G satchels with which you can pour in a container and it'll actually let the dirt settle out, and then you can take a cleaner water from there is a good idea. They do treat a decent bit of water, so you don't necessarily need a crazy amount of them. But if you're going into a situation where you're either on a hike or you're going to a place where you have no idea what the water quality is like, if you're using any of these filtration system, it's good to have those as a backup plan. As if the water is too dirty for the filter to handle, then you've got a solution with you, and it's small little satchels to be able to treat that water and get it to a usable state.